From Marietta High School, Sarah Morrissey, and her star teacher, Lucilla Verdugo.
Hi, I'm Sarah Morrissey, and I go to Marietta High School. In the fall, I'll be attending Georgia Tech, and I chose Miss Verdugo as my star teacher because in the past, Spanish wasn't a class I liked much, but she changed that when she was my teacher. She also has a way to make learning Spanish fun, and she's one of the most dedicated and talented teachers I've ever known.
From McEachern High School, Lily Steele, and her star teacher, Beth Amacher.
Hi, I'm Lily. I don't know where I'm going to college, but we'll see in a couple months. Hopefully, I'll be able to study linguistics somewhere. Miss Amacher taught me honors and AP physics, and she's just a spectacular teacher. And considering that physics is a subject for which I openly harbor very few good feelings, I think the fact that she made it enjoyable really says something about the kind of person she is. So I just really appreciate her a lot. Yeah.
From Mount Perrin Christian School, Ochiba Atta, and her star teacher, Dr. Bonnie Stevens.
Hi, I'm Ochiba Atta, and I go to Mount Perrin Christian School. I haven't decided what school I'm going to yet. I don't currently have a first choice because of two simple reasons. I'm still weighing college decisions, and I'm a realist who really needs financial aid. Dr. Bonnie Stevens is my star teacher because I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do with my life until I walked into her class sophomore year. She exposed me to what I loved and how much I loved biology with its never-ending questions and answers. Even during and after my sophomore year, her door is always open to answer my questions, whether it be about class, what life is like as a biology major, or to simply follow me around school when I lost my calculator. I did not know that someone could have a mentor at such a young age, but I found one in Dr. Stevens, and for that I'm eternally grateful. Thank you.
From North Cobb Christian School, Johnny Crumley and his star teacher, Mr. James Bittner.
So I'm Johnny from North Cobb Christian, and when it comes to the college, I honestly have no idea. I'm still waiting to hear back from a couple different schools, but I guess I only have 2 months at this point, so I need to hurry up and make my mind up soon. Mr. Bittner is my star teacher because the first day of my career at North Cobb Christian School was his first day of teaching. And so we instantly connected over that kind of first day feeling, I guess, that people have. And he really taught me a lot about web design, of course, because that's a class I took with him. But more than that, he taught me about how to work in groups with people, how to get along, and how to really find something that I would carry with me past the class, even though web design isn't really my thing. I'm a history guy. I'm a humanities person, so computers not so much. But he took something that I didn't think I would find much value in and made it so valuable for me beyond the classroom. And for that, I'm very grateful. Thank you.
From North Cobb High School, Riley O'Neill, and her star teacher, Ms. Tamara Rankenberg.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Riley O'Neill from North Cobb High School, and I'm still narrowing down acceptances, but I hope to be at Florida State University this fall, so go Noles. And I chose Ms. Rankenberg because she supported me every day since I first sat in her homeroom on the first day of freshman year. And between calming me down when I get way too stressed or motivating me when I let senioritis almost get the best of me, she's the reason that I'm standing here tonight. And more importantly than the accomplishments that she's pushed me towards, Ms. Rankenberg has taught me that wherever I go and whatever I do, if I take time to make personal connections with people and care for others, I'm going to be happy in what I do, and for that I'm extremely thankful. And I'm just thankful that I got to recognize her here tonight, so thank you.
From Osborne High School, Charles Spencer David Haig, and his star teacher, Mr. Rodney Fagan.
Thank you so much. Good evening. My name is Spencer Haig, or Charles as it says up there. When I first found out I was going to have to speak at this event, I was sitting there with a pen and a paper trying to think of what to write. And I realized that there was no way for me to write down the greatness or the appreciation I have for my teacher, Chief Warrant Officer Fagan. He's helped me so much in pursuing my goals and my dreams and aspirations towards the military and my future, and there's just nothing else that could have changed it. He's the reason I got accepted into the Citadel Military College of South Carolina. I'm actually going up there to look at the school this Friday, and like I said, there's no way for me to express how much gratitude I have for him. I'd also like to thank my parents who have given me advice and help every time I've needed it, my counselor, Mr. Moncrief, for all the help he's given me, and Mr. Joshua Moriel, our principal, for being so supportive of the program I care so much about. Thank you.
From Pebblebrook High School, Austin Ford, and his star teacher, Mr. Marvin Finizzi.
Okay, my name is Austin Ford, and come this fall, I will be majoring in commercial music and business at either Belmont University or Middle Tennessee State University, but preferably Belmont. Now, at the beginning of the last semester, I took a look at my schedule, and I got a little worried because I had AP Econ and AP Gov back to back. And then I got really worried because I saw that they were both with the same teacher, which meant I was in his room for 3.5 hours every day. And I was worried until about, like 5 minutes into the class? Something like that. And his classes quickly became my favorite, and I look forward to them every day. And that's because his class isn't about the class. It's about what you learn in the class. It's about the content. And he told us on the first day that he would rather us get a 70 in the class and walk away having learned something valuable than get a 100 and not. And so every day I didn't really care about the class because he didn't really let us care about the class that much. I cared about what I was learning, and that was really, really cool. Also, he changed my perspective on life. He taught me to not take things at face value, and that's something that's stuck with me up to this point and will stick with me forever. And of course, I'd like to thank my parents for always supporting me to get to this point. Thanks.
From Shiloh Hills Christian School, Sam Pinheiro, and his star teacher, Mr. Richard DeMoss.
Hi guys, I'm Sam Pinheiro, as it says up there. I'm planning to attend Covenant College up on Lookout Mountain, Georgia. Still waiting to hear back from them, but fingers crossed. I chose Mr. DeMoss as my star teacher, not because of how he teaches, but because of who he is and how it influences his teaching. Mr. DeMoss is the kind of teacher who doesn't just hand out notes, gives you tests, and then never looks you in the eye. He's the kind of teacher who takes the time to sit down with you and go through the problems that we had in chemistry and bioethics and in forensics. He's the kind of teacher who is willing and able to explain it to you in a way that you're then able to teach it to others. I pick him because of his love for his students, his love for the faculty, his respect for those in authority over him, and because of the example that he has set, I have chosen him as my star teacher because one day I hope and I pray that I will be able to emulate these qualities that he has shown me. Thank you.
From South Cobb High School, Victor Ayeni and his star teacher, Dr. Terry Davis. This is Dr. Davis's second Star Teacher Award.
My name is Victor Ayeni. I'm undecided about college so far. I got accepted into UGA, Emory, and Yale, but I'm still deciding based on finances. I chose Dr. Davis as my star teacher, and we've had a lot of history together. This semester will be my 5th semester with him, and he's taught me multiple subjects, including biology, research, and biotechnology. The reason why I chose him was that he taught me this idea of making connections between different domains of learning. Whether you're putting biology with economics, chemistry with calculus, language arts with physics, just put everything together and don't let anything be distinct. It made learning a lot more fun and much easier. And another reason why I chose him is that when I first was a freshman, I was not a scientist in any way. I really loved learning about science and reading about it, but I was terrible in the lab. When I tried to use a pipette, I shook violently. And the first week of school, I broke a slide on a microscope when I was trying to look at it. But he never got mad at me. He just kept patient with me. He kept encouraging me to keep going on and on. And because of it, I feel more confident as a scientist, as a person, and as a thinker in every way. I really thank Dr. Davis for all the help he's given me.
From Sprayberry High School, Stephen Best and his star teacher, Ms. Natasha Beeman.
I'm Stefan from Sprayberry, and as far as college, I'm hoping I'll be going to Columbia next fall, but I'm still waiting to hear back. And I chose my world history teacher, Miss Beeman, as my star teacher because from the first day of class, it was evident that she had a real genuine passion and interest in what she was teaching that she managed to successfully share with all of her students.
From the Walker School, we have a tie. First student is James Grindstaff, and his star teacher, Mr. Randy Fields. This is Mr. Fields' 6th Star Teacher Award.
Hello, my name is James. I'd like to thank my parents first. They've been with me the whole way, making sure that I actually showed up at 8 o'clock on Saturday to take the SAT. I'm undecided about college, and I chose Mr. Fields for more than a few reasons. He's taught me 3 things: the importance of walking with a purpose, why you always need to have a sarcastic comment in your back pocket, and how to be a better person. He's been the most influential teacher in my life, and I can't thank him enough.
Also from the Walker School, we have Jenny Leong and her star teacher, Mr. Steve Killian. Mr. Killian was our speaker in 2012.
Sorry, I'm short. Hello, I'm Jenny from the Walker School. I am undecided about my college. My star teacher is Mr. Killian, and I chose him mainly for 2 reasons. Well, some people say Steve Jobs redefined smartphone. I'm not sure about that, but I'm really sure that Mr. Killian has redefined history for me. I went into his class as a diehard math science person, and I was like, well, I need to take a US history to graduate, so why not take AP US history? Turns out that the way he runs his classes, with a lot of discussions and friendly debates, and also the most important are the moments of history sympathy to develop a sort of compassion with the people in the historical events, has really inspired me that, oh, so history can be taught like this. I never thought history learning could be like that. And his class has really inspired me to explore many other subjects within the humanities. So he's already very awesome, as what I said, but he's even more awesome. I came from China, and so I am an exchange student when I was 15. And I guess already for a high school girl, you have some sort of identity to look for. Then for me, there's the search for the cultural identity. And a little nerdy moment for tonight, I would like to share a quote from a reading material Mr. Killian assigned us. By the way, if you don't do the reading, he will intimidate you with the plastic toy gun from his drawer. That only happened once, not to me though. So the quote is, any truth, let me start again. Any truth, no matter how true it is, without being challenged, can only be perceived as a form of prejudice. I think it's well said. We often have conversations after class, after school, about any kind of subject, but a lot of time with my thoughts on my experience here. And I think our conversation has seriously made me determined to embrace America, to make the best out of my experience, and also to see the flaws of where I come from, but also love it with all my heart. And also along the way, the conversation definitely helped me to define myself a little bit. It didn't matter what he said or what I said during the conversation, but it was the exchange of opinions and perspectives, the process of being pushed but also helped to look for what I was looking for. And also, I would like to say the same for my awesome American mom. She's sitting there. Same credit goes to her. So I grew up hearing that a girl who loves to laugh never lacks luck. Sounds like a tongue twister. But I think I am very lucky and fortunate to have Mr. Killian as my 11th grade teacher and also my senior year teacher. Thank you.
From Wheeler High School, Erwin Kai, and his star teacher, Mr. Raymond Furstein.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for having me. My name is Erwin Kai, and I go to Wheeler High School, and I will be attending Harvard in the fall. So I chose Mr. Furstein not because he's a great teacher, although he was the best math teacher I've ever had. I chose him because he treated all of his students as equals and as friends. He was never afraid to admit his own wrongs, although that was very rare because he's a very smart man. What else? Sorry, I completely blanked. He always kept his door open until very late in the night at school, which was something I found very rare at my school, although all the teachers there are great. He kept his Google Doc open until 2 a.m. in the morning, helping the students who thought it was a good idea to stay and wait until the last day to study for the calc test. Beyond that, I'd like to thank my parents, who quite literally have been there since the beginning, my principal, Dr. Giles, my counselor, Ms. Moongol, and Dr. Crooks, our magnet coordinator. Thank you.
From Whitfield Academy, Logan Pierce, and her star teacher, Mr. Steve Hellier.
All right, I'm planning on attending Harvard, and I'm really excited that I got in there over December, so that really made me happy. And I also want to thank Mr. Hellier because he's really been an influential teacher for me, and I've had him for 2 years for pre-calculus and AB calculus this year. And he has a really interesting teaching style that is really effective, and he really wants us to think critically, especially on tests. And so after my first test with him, I actually tried to drop his class. But they wouldn't let me, which ended up being a good thing. I'm really happy that I've had him for 2 years, and he's really helped me reach my potential. So that's it.
Neil, is my tie still straight? Thanks. So that was 25 schools and 27 students. And I know Paige had a difficult time choosing our system winners that will represent Cobb County and Marietta at the regional level. Before announcing the system winners, I would like to again thank the generous donations of our sponsors for this event. Thank you very much. And we also had a number of sponsors that couldn't be in attendance, and they're on the back cover of the program. Also want to recognize John L. Woody, who put together our visual presentation. Been sitting up there in that booth. Thank you very much, John L. An event like this would not be possible without the efforts of my fellow members of the Metro Marietta Kiwanis Club. And I would like to ask the members in attendance to please stand and be recognized for their contribution in making this event happen. And now to our system winners that will be recognized at the Regional Star Luncheon on March 18th. Representing Cobb County, we have a tie. From Kennesaw Mountain High School, Trevor Head and his star teacher, Dr. Joanne Jezequel. You get 2 plaques. Also representing Cobb County, from Wheeler High School, Erwin Kai and his star teacher, Mr. Raymond Furstein. You were supposed to give another speech. And representing the city of Marietta, from Marietta High School, Sarah Morrissey, and her star teacher, Ms. Lucilla Berdugo. Thank you, everyone, and a big round of applause for all of our Cobb County and City of Marietta star students and teachers. And now I'll turn the program over to the president of the Metro Marietta Kiwanis Club, Lydia Howren.
Y'all, I just want you to know that the heart and soul of this organization, the Star Student Banquet, for the last 6 years has been Kurt Spinney. And Kurt, we have a little something for you. You can take it out.
I'll take it out?
Yeah, do it now. Do it now. Yeah. This is, while Kurt does this, I want you to know that we couldn't do Mr. and Mrs. Kurt Spinney, but thank you, Janet, for all of your help. We know that it takes two. Thank you so much. Thank you. You're welcome. I'm going to close with reading the poem that we have given to Kurt. It's One Can Make a Difference. One song can spark a memory. One flower can waken a dream. One tree can start a forest. One bird can herald spring. One smile can start a friendship. One hand clasp can lift a soul. One star can guide a ship at sea. One speech can set a goal. One vote can change a nation. One sunbeam can light a room. One candle can erase the darkness. One laugh can chase the gloom. One step must start each journey. One word must start each prayer. One hope can raise the spirits. One prayer can show you care. One can make a difference. You can. So you all can. You really have a wonderful night. Sure. And I've been asked, before you leave, we would like all of the students and teachers to come up to the stage for a picture. But before we dismiss you all for the night, I would like to ask Melanie Evans of the Page Foundation if she would lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Surely a pleasure. If you guys would stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and